This is too small. That's too large. Wish Ruger had something in the Goldilocks zone. Huh. Now that looks just right. That might be it. Mid-size. I think that might be the perfect size. LC9. Wonder where that came from. They must have heard me. We'll see if that's right. Interesting. The Goldilocks Ruger. Now that's more like it. Plus that appears to be a 9mm, and I believe it is, the LC9. Yep, you got Hickok 45 here with an LC9. Let's take a look at it. It is the latest offering from Ruger, and it is what you would call mid-size between those two, isn't it? It is the Goldilocks gun in many ways. And I have two magazines with this baby. One came with it. Actually, both sort of came with it. We'll talk about that. So Ruger has come out in recent weeks, actually, with the LC9 9mm. Looks a little bit like the LCP on steroids, doesn't it? Like it just had a few extra hamburgers and buckets of beer for a while, and it grew, gained some weight, some thickness, a little length, and chambered for a slightly larger round, the 9mm. This is, of course, one of the fastest growing areas and genres of firearms, as I've been saying, and as you all know. The small 380s like the LCP, and then of course the next step up, single stack, small, defensive 9mm guns like this. So you take a good look at it. This gun was sent to me by Ruger. I have been in contact with them for a week or so, and they sent me this as a T&E gun, and I appreciate that. So far, it seems like a winner. If it's not, I'll let you know. I can only be honest. I don't have to have T&E guns at all, but it's a really nice luxury. Don't have to buy as many. Buy and sell, and go through that process. And so I do thank Ruger for sending this to me. It's a little bigger, as you can see. And let's look at some of the features before I shoot it again. It has adjustable sights. You can see it has real sights. You know the difference here between the LCP. If you have an LCP, you know you don't have a lot of sight there, do you? And it's meant to be small, and it is small. This gives you a little more gun, a little more caliber. Well, about caliber really, but it's a bigger, more powerful cartridge, right? And gives you adjustable sights. You've got the loaded chamber indicator there. Loaded went up. And you know, like the SR9C has, and it's hammer fired. You have to have the hammer. Now these mags are loaded. That's okay. We're on the range. Well, I really didn't mean to put one in, so we'll just jack it. But there's the loaded, excuse me, chamber indicator. And let's just go ahead and take a couple more shots with it since I have these magazines loaded. Then we'll talk a little bit more about it, because I just have two magazines, so I'll have to do a fair amount of reloading depending on how much we shoot. Oh, look at that bad guy right there. Got him. There's that other magazine. There it is. All right. Dramatic. Okay, doesn't take long to run out of ammo, but that's the nature of a single stack gun and a 9mm and a small gun. It's not designed to shoot all day, is it? So I'll try to mix in some shooting with talking. As I said, I think I pointed out quite a few of the characteristics of it. Now this gun does have a magazine disconnect. The trigger will not pull, okay, without the magazine in. So that's just the way it is. Okay, and you see it's a hammer fired gun there, as we said, and you have to have the mag in it to pull that trigger. It locks up tight. It is not moving. You have a thumb safety here. You can push that up, and it's rather stiff. As I understand, they wanted it to be pretty stiff, so you're not going to inadvertently engage it. So use it or don't use it, but it's there. Okay, and it's pretty stiff to take on and take off. It's not designed to be like a 1911 safety necessarily, so you can go either way with that. You do have the long double action pull, and whether or not you use it, I guess, would be your choice, my choice, anybody's choice. Depending on what you're going to do with it. I guess if you pop that safety on, it would be extra safe, in a pocket and that sort of thing. And I know that's what I'm going to do today if I put it in a holster. I have the only thing I have that'll really fit well, and it's empty right now, but is this is a Remora holster. It's designed to be an inside the waistband without a clip. I've not used it much, and it kind of fits this gun pretty well. So I've just not used that, so I might use that some today. It's designed for a gun of this size. Fits there. So let's talk a little bit more about what it has and doesn't, and take it apart. How's that? All right. See if Mr. Fumble Fingers here can keep from losing any parts. Let's put the here might lay something on that. So make sure it's unloaded. Okay. And you need a piece like that, the key that comes with it, and you push this little gizmo down. That's what holds this pin in. You see that? I'll push it up, and this assembly pin is right in there, and you need something like this key to push from the other side once you have it lined up, and it just pops out. I wonder how many people will be writing to Ruger and calling, say, hey, I need a disassembly pin, or whatever it's called. I'll lay that right there. Oops, see, I might be the first one to call. And that's what holds it together. And then from there, you can pretty much imagine what it looks like. Yeah, okay. You got your trigger block, trigger pin block and everything, and your standard looking operation, right? So it comes apart a little bit differently than the LCP or the SR9C. So let's put it back together, barrel back in there. Now I have fired it, as soon as I got it yesterday, I fired it 50 or 60 times. Just, it was trying to rain, and I just wanted to go ahead and take a few shots. And shot fine. I've not had any malfunctions, so we fired it, 4 or 5 mags today. And it's doing fine. Fired a couple different types of ammo. And let's reassemble. So we put the pin back in. Line up, so the pin will go in there. And now I'm using a screwdriver, and the manual recommends use something soft, and I'm being very careful. I need to get some leverage on it. There we go. So that holds it in. I was having more success. It says use your finger or something, soft with some pressure, and I wasn't having success with my finger. So I'll get out the big hammer. All right. So she's back together, and that little key, 2 of those come with it. So we're ready to go, except we have no ammunition. What else about it that I have maybe not pointed out? Of course, you have your long double action pull. This genre of guns is not too unusual, is it? The biggest difference is there between this and like the LCP, or maybe some others, I guess. You do have the adjustable sights. You have the thumb safety. All these types of guns do not have that. And what else? You have the magazine disconnect, where you cannot pull that trigger without having a magazine in, empty or loaded, either way. It feels like a quality piece, I will say. I noticed one thing about it, and I'm not going to do a comparison right now. We will probably do that. You know, you saw my video with the Kel-Tec that's very, very similar in size. And one of the problems I had with that gun, and we got a loaded mag in, but was on the forward motion of the trigger and the reset. On that gun, the reset's way out here, and I was having some difficulty even getting the trigger far enough out for the reset. I've heard some other people complaining that same thing. This one has a reset that's closer or further rearward, I guess you would say. So it's back here, so I don't notice that problem at all. It is a 9mm, and when I get my finger through there, like I like to, even though you're not supposed to use the pad, I do get a little pain sometimes. I notice that, but that's my large hand, and so you know these guns weren't made for my large hand, but I can make them work all right. All right, let's load him up. Let's even put another round in, get it loaded to the hilt, and I'm going to put the safety on. There we go. Got a loaded chamber indicator in case I forgot that I just put one in there. I'll put him in this Remora holster here. So he's really pretty secure. It would take a long pull on the trigger, and the thumb safety is on. So it's not going to accidentally fire, is it? All right, let's, what do we want to shoot now? You know what, let's do? You know I can never resist. I'm going to go ahead, see if I can hit something long range with it. I mean, after all, isn't that what this gun was designed for? Long range shooting? All right, let's try him again. I think I know where to hold. It's a matter of that double action trigger, getting it to break at the right time. Pretty nice. All right. Woo! Takes a lot of concentration, but it has a nice smooth trigger, and it's just a matter of me with my large hands making sure it breaks at the right time for me. This gun, my impression so far, I guess I fired close to 100 rounds through it now. It is positive, I have to say. I like this size gun. You know, I like the PM9, and you know, we're talking that same genre. You're up to a 9mm cartridge, which is no slouch at all. As we all know, there's some great ammo manufactured these days. If you can get a gun that fires at least a 9mm in a small but very shootable package, you really got something going. You really do. It's a great time to be alive in terms of the firearms industry. There's some great guns being produced, and this is going to be another winner for Ruger, no doubt about that. I have not uncovered any negatives yet, other than just the normal difficulty I have. I do have difficulty with the LCP. I can shoot it if I have to. You know, you've seen my videos with it, but boy, it really takes some concentration. It is really small. It's a challenge for me. This one, still a little bit of a challenge because, and as is the PM9 or the Kel-Tec PF9. This just is has a quality feel, I have to say. Now, I'm not going to roll animals and stuff with this thing. I just want to shoot it some more. Let's go in here a little closer and try some more shots here. These are the distances this gun's designed for, of course. Got a piece of that last piece of brass caught me right in the eye. Good thing I had my glasses on. Let's try plates. They're always a challenge with little gun. Okay. Got zeroed in on them. Matter of figuring out where to hold and manipulating the trigger. This is the kind of gun, if you shot it very much at all, you get really good with it and be very comfortable, which you should do with any gun you're going to carry. I'm afraid there are a lot of people that buy guns like these and go shoot them a couple of times and probably carry them around a lot and don't shoot them enough. I've known, well, I won't say that, but I'm afraid there are probably even police officers that do that. Yeah, you just need to shoot as much as you can, at least, wow, every few weeks. Get out and just shoot a lot of rounds. If you have a carry permit, or if you carry a gun as part of your profession, you really owe it to yourself and society, I think, to be proficient with it. You don't have to be a shooting nut like me, but you need to shoot the thing. So, it feels pretty good. And it's working. It's working. You know what? I just got to go out there again one more time. Let me try the try that turkey over there. See if I get close to him. I was scaring him anyway. I think I hit him. All right. I knew I was about out of ammo, and so I decided I'd just go ahead and hit him on the last shot. You know, when the pressure's on, yeah, you got to bear down, right? So it's not a long-range gun, but it's pretty. Let's just go one more round here at least. So you got kind of the same contour as you notice as with the LC9. If you've not seen one or held one, they are in the gun shops now, and you'll see them around. Feels pretty good. Obviously, you get a little bit of recoil with a gun this small, but nothing excessive as far as I'm concerned. Feels pretty good to me. It's not a problem. Not a problem. So, what is there I don't like about it? You notice I haven't activated the magazine release by mistake, as I did on the Kel-Tec. So that's a positive. It's a nice position for it. Okay. All right. Well, let's get off the long range stuff. Just take a few more shots here close by. Okay. First and foremost. Oh, looks like no, it didn't. Yeah, I have to work with that holster there. I was trying to use for the first time. Get my ears on here. Safety off. Okay. You know, one thing I've not done is try to shoot fast with it. I guess I ought to do that. I don't know if I can shoot it fast with a long pull like that, but let's do that before we wrap this up. Fun gun. Fun gun. Working well. Again, has a solid feel. That's what you'd expect, you know, from Ruger. Wouldn't expect something that feels cheap or anything. Okay. Safety on. And You know what, I better load both magazines just in case I can't quit. You know me. And then we'll wrap up here. I think I said that before, didn't I? I need to be hooked off the stage here once I start shooting. We'll take a few more shots. And like I said, I'm gonna try to shoot fast. We'll pretend there's a zombie or a terrorist coming after me. So I'm gonna pour out some lead here. Where's my other mag? I don't have a mag pouch on, so we'll put it in my belt. All right. Here's safety off. That guy, all right. All right. Feels good. All right, got both zombies, got everybody. So, Ruger LC9, first impressions are all positive. You know, this gun, in terms of the genre, you know, the only limitation, of course, is the size, and for me, that's a little more of a challenge. But I'm able to adapt pretty much. You know me, I like the subcompact Glocks. So I can usually take it down to this size and shoot these guns pretty comfortably, particularly this one where the trigger reset is not so far forward. And it just feels like a quality gun. And the first 50 or 60 shots I fired off camera, there were no problems, and you saw today there were no problems. So first go around, I'd say it's a winner, the Ruger LC9. So glad y'all can come out and watch me shoot it. Life's good.